What if the reason your life feels heavy isn't because you're failing, but because you're gripping it too tightly? Let that land. Have you noticed how exhausted you feel, not from what happened, but from trying to prevent what might happen? That's not weakness. That's the illusion of control at work, and today we tear it apart. Every human wants certainty, a guarantee, a clear map. We want life to behave, to make sense, to follow the plan. But here's the truth no one likes to admit. Life has never followed anyone's plan. Not yours, not mine, not even the people who look like they have it all together. Think about this. Social media shows you polished outcomes, careers on track, relationships aligned, purpose discovered. What it doesn't show you is the chaos underneath, the pivots, the breakdowns, the nights where nothing made sense. Yet somehow we look at their ending and judge ourselves in the middle.
So we try to control harder. We micromanage every decision. We replay conversations. We plan 5 steps ahead. At first, control feels comforting, like armor. But over time, that armor gets heavy. Here's the paradox. The more you try to control life, the more friction you feel. Because control doesn't remove uncertainty, it just makes you fight it, and you can't win a fight with the unknown.
Let me tell you a story. A man planned every detail of his life, career mapped, savings calculated, future predicted. Then one unexpected event hit. Not dramatic, just enough to knock the plan sideways. He didn't lose everything, but he lost his sense of safety because his confidence was built on certainty, not adaptability.
That's the illusion. Control feels like strength, but adaptability is power. Life doesn't reward the tightest grip, it rewards the fastest adjustment. Now think of water. Water doesn't argue with the rock, it doesn't demand permission. It flows, it adapts, and over time, it shapes everything. That's not surrender as weakness, that's surrender as intelligence. Most people misunderstand letting go. They think it means quitting, giving up, losing direction. But letting go doesn't mean you stop moving. It means you stop resisting reality and start responding to it. True agency doesn't come from predicting the future. It comes from trusting yourself to handle whatever shows up. That changes everything.
Here's another scene. A woman loses the path she thought she needed. Career stalls, plans dissolve. At first, she panics. Then something unexpected happens. She notices what's still in her control: her effort, her values, her response. She stops forcing outcomes and starts choosing presence. And slowly, life opens new doors she never planned for. When you stop demanding certainty, you make room for possibility. Let's be honest, most of your stress doesn't come from today. It comes from imaginary tomorrows you keep rehearsing. Control tries to live in the future. Peace lives right here. So what does surrender actually look like? It looks like doing your best today without demanding guarantees. It looks like setting direction, not clinging to a single outcome. It looks like saying, I don't know what's next, but I trust myself to navigate it.
That's not giving up control. That's choosing the right kind of control. Now let's slow down. Motivation doesn't come from certainty. It comes from meaning. When you stop trying to control life, you stop wasting energy on fear. That energy returns as clarity, as courage, as momentum. One day, you'll look back and realize the moments that changed you most were the ones you never planned. The detours, the pauses, the unknowns. Not because they were easy, but because you learned to move with life instead of against it. So loosen the grip. You don't need to predict everything. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to stay awake, adaptable, and willing. Because life isn't asking you to control the current, it's asking you to learn how to swim. And you already know how.